Welcome back to another Miami Heat post-game show. The Miami Heat lose to the Philadelphia 76ers 98-91 in a super frustrating game. The Miami Heat were undermanned, but what game are we not undermanned? And so are the Sixers. I mean, the MVP, or who would have been the MVP, was out as well, plus Tobias Harris. So thought it was an even matchup tonight. I think the Miami Heat had an opportunity to win this game, but they blew it, and now we're back in the eighth seed. So tough game. Jimmy Butler out again. So I thought he was load managing because the Detroit Pistons suck, and I expected the Heat to win even while we were shorthanded yesterday. I didn't expect him to be out tonight. So he must be actually injured because he's already missed so many games. This is his 21st game that he's missed. So anyway, Martel, what are your thoughts on this game and how the Miami Heat played tonight?
Man, that boy Maxey, he's really dangerous. I think he was too comfortable. He was able to get to all his sweet spots. He's quick, you know what I mean? And I think that Caleb Martin and DeLon Wright and some of the other guys, they should have made it just a little bit tougher for him because think about it, they have all their guys out too. Joel Embiid's out, Tobias Harris is out. So there's really no excuses when it comes down to injuries. We're always injured. And right now, every single game counts for the Miami Heat. My only concerns are still with Tyler Hero. We don't really know when he's coming back. I think Kevin Love is ready to come back. I just think that they're giving him some rest.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler's foot injury, he's always having lower body injuries, and for this to all of a sudden flare up, that's also a little bit concerning to me because we don't know when he's going to come back, and we need Jimmy Butler. He's our best player. So along with all these other stuff that we're going through, every game counts going forward, and hopefully we can get the next dub. But the 76ers, they could be a very tough first round out for any team with Maxey, with Kyle Lowry, even though, it's Kyle Lowry, but he still does those annoying things just to get his team to win. They still have a decent enough roster to at least make some noise.
Without Embiid? Because he's practicing. I don't know if you saw that.
That
Uh,
too, who knows? Who knows? But even with the Joel Embiid coming back, that's also very dangerous as well. For him to
yep.
come back with what, maybe less than almost 15 games left, if that's me, I'm sitting him out for the rest of the season. He's not coming back till next. That's just me, because big men with lower body injuries, that's not really a very good look to rush him back, and you're really not going to get that far within the playoffs.
Yeah. You know what's annoying about the Maxi piece? Because he scored 17 in the first quarter and destroyed us. And he scored only 13 the rest of the game. He scored 30 points. Still good, but not really efficiently. 11 for 24, 3 for 10 from three, 5 for 5 from the line. Like, why did Miami not blitz him like they did in the second half? They blitzed him. They double teamed him. They're like, let other people beat us. Like a Kelly Oubre, who did hit a few wide open 3-pointers, was athletic enough to get to the rim when people closed out on him. But like, why did we wait so long? Like, when you have Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris out, like, you let Oubre and Buddy Hield and those types of players beat us. Like, how do you let them get 17 in the first quarter? I know we were able to come back, but then in the third quarter, they were up by 17. Like, we were getting blown out, and like, we did show some resiliency to come back, but it wasn't enough because, again, half our team is hurt. But not an excuse tonight because half of their team was hurt too. So, like, what do you think was up with the defense? Because I know you're talking about DeLon Wright before we hopped on. Because you don't think he did good enough, or what are your thoughts? Just like how we didn't press him.
It's like I said before, man. It's really hard to just beat all these other NBA teams, especially when you have guys coming in and out of the lineup. There's really no continuity on this team. Plus, Duncan Robinson, he was dealing with some back issues, and they put the clamps on him. He really couldn't get free. He didn't really hit like a lot of his shots. So, coupled with Duncan Robinson not playing well, no Jimmy, no Tyler, Terry and Bam, they really did their best. It was kind of disappointing to see Bam only get 10 shots. Bam has to kind of be more aggressive. And that 3-point shot, he's clearly hot right now. This is the shot that he needs to lean forward into. And these are the games that he needs to take those shots in there when Tyler's not there, when Jimmy's not there. He needs to start, like at least trying to hit those 3-point shots. Because they're leaving him wide open. Every single three that he pretty much takes, top of the key, wide open. He needs to take those shots more and more.
Yep. It's just, yeah. Go ahead, Trent. What do you think about the game? We'll get back to Bam Adebayo only taking 10 shots and Duncan Robinson, and we'll get to the box score later. But Trent, what are your thoughts, man? We thought like, oh, great. We won 2 games this weekend after going on a 4-game losing streak. One of the games we lost, the Washington Wizards. and we were in a dogfight. I don't care what you say. The game we won with Jimmy Butler on Friday night, we won by 12 eventually. That game was close the whole game till like the end, right? Like we were in a dogfight in the third quarter against the second worst team in the NBA with Jimmy Butler Friday. And then again, without him, I don't care. We still had enough. Bam and Terry and Caleb and Jaime and Duncan are enough. That was a dogfight, and we blew a 16, 17-point lead and had to win on a miracle three. So, like, people are like, oh, we won 2 in a row, but who cares? Like, this team sucks right now. Like, those games don't mean much. They mean something because we had to win them. But, like, I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on the team and outlook and just your thoughts on the game tonight?
Hey, man, listen. First thing first, man. Ernest, where you at? You're ducking the smoke. Listen, for all the Ernest supporters, I love you, but you got to hear this. You and Ernest are too positive about this terrible team. He gonna hear this video. He gonna hear what I gotta say today and tomorrow. Listen, this Miami Heat team is garbage. 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 The team sucks. It's done and over with. I said this a few episodes ago that I'm already getting ready for next year. People call me crazy. People call me this. No, it's done. You lost to the worst team in the league in the Washington Wizards. You was in a dogfight with the second worst team in the Detroit Pistons. It got bailed out by Bam Adebayo's lucky three. Thank God it went in. This team is bad. You go to the 76ers that don't have an MVP candidate, don't have Tobias Harris, get outplayed by Tyrese Maxey and Kyle Lowry. The same Kyle Lowry that we wanted off this team, he's playing really good basketball with the same 76ers team. He's doing his thing right now. Shout out to Kyle Lowry, you dumb meatball. Now, going to Jimmy Butler real quick, right? If you want to look at foot contusions time frame, it can take a few days to heal. If it's a minor contusion, which I don't think it's a minor contusion, because I think he would have been if he's not back next game, this is definitely not no minor contusion.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got bad news for Heat fans. If this is a severe contusion, this can take up to weeks or even months to heal fully. I think he will try to play through it, but we all know when you try to play through injuries, you're not your best, and Jimmy's already aging, and Jimmy has completely fell off the freaking tracks. If you don't believe me, Jimmy Butler's last 4 games, the dude's only averaging 18 points a game, shooting 45% from the field and 4 free throws attempts. One thing Jimmy's great at is attacking the rim and going to the free throw line. The games that we was on a win streak, he had 10 free throw attempts, averaging damn near 27 points. Jimmy is not Himmy no more. Jimmy needs help. Jimmy needs a team. And Jimmy is slowly falling off. And you guys don't want to hear it, but these injuries are kicking in. And that's what happens when your career is slowly ending. Injuries start happening more frequently. You start missing time. Your play starts going down. Jimmy is doing a lot of things that you really don't expect from Jimmy, missing layups, turning the ball over frequently. These are not just occasional. No, this is frequently happening. Jimmy is not Jimmy. You also want to talk about this Heat team. Last year against good teams, they were 12-12. This year, they are 14-21 with 500 and above. And when they're against the worst teams, which they're all dogfights, they're 21-9. Ernest, tell me, because there's no bad teams outside of the first round, and there's still good teams in the first round. How is this Miami Heat team supposed to win? Because in the playoffs, teams are great. They made it to the playoffs for a reason. So how are we supposed to win? Please tell me. This record proves it to right here. Going to Duncan real quick. Duncan has played the most games on this team, and guess what happened to him? He's out with a back injury. That's concerning to me. He has played about 60 games this year, around there, right? So we're missing all our players. Coach Spo is cooked. The dude, he's just cooked, man. You know, Patty Mills should not be touching the court. I don't know why he touches the court. He's not good. He's not, like, just stop playing him. And DeLon Wright, he got cooked up today, and I'll admit it. I was the one that said, put him out there. We need him, this and that. But hey, hopefully he can come back and play some good defense and provide, because I don't want Patty Mills on the court. I think I could do better than Patty at this point. And the last thing I will say is that Tyler Hero has played 36 games, and I'm always going to bring him up even though he didn't play this game. You know, Kyle Lowry has played 37 games, and he got traded 2 months ago. on the Miami Heat. Pathetic.
How many games did he sit out because he missed games because he wasn't bought out immediately, right? Like, and he was sitting out with the Hornets? To the Hornets. He was sitting out, then finally got bought out. So like he missed a lot of games because he was unavailable technically. So like he would have played those games if he was in Miami. So he would have been at like the 50 something game mark, right? Which is like he's 37 years old, out of shape. Did you guys hear the announcers today? Martell say that I think it was Jaime or someone, like I think the rookie hazing, like when they were on the road, he had Jaime or whoever, it must have been Jaime or Jovic or someone buy him Chick-fil-A every time they're on the road. Did you
Bro,
hear
he's
that?
out of shape and overweight, eating burgers and shakes. Look at the man.
As you
He
called
was.
it, like he
Oh
literally
my
had him
God.
he hazed them during the season to buy on road games to buy him Chick-fil-A to eat chicken sandwiches. And this guy has played more games, to Trent's point, than Tyler Hero is
I
23.
hate Kyle Lowry.
23.
Yeah, listen. This team is cooked. And that was a bad loss to the 76ers because when you look at the standing, they moved up to the 6th seed and we dropped to the 8th. And these are the teams that we're gonna be battling against no matter what to get to the 6th seed. It's gonna be the Pacers, it's gonna be the 76ers, and the Magic are slowly, going away with it with 40 wins and a 3-game win streak and 8-2 in their last 10 games. So
Yep.
we needed the series. What's the series with the 76ers at the moment?
2-2.
2-1. 2-1.
2-1.
We only play them 3 times because they're out of our division.
So
we won that. We have that over them at least, but
okay. Well, listen, this team right now is going to be another playing team. And listen, call me crazy. This Chicago Bulls team right here, I've been watching them recently. They are hooping, and they got an easy schedule approaching us. So a lot of people is not talking about them because they're 3.5 games behind us. But I'm telling you, the Bulls got the easy schedule, and DeMar DeRozan's playing like a freaking superstar right now, bro. So watch out for them too. So I think this team's gonna be a playing team because there's no such thing as an easy win for us.
not at all.
It's not.
Funny you brought
We
up
got the
DeMar,
Cavs
though.
coming up, don't we?
Yeah, Wednesday on the road at Cleveland, then Pelicans, then Cavs again.
Cavs again. These are not easy games.
I think those are 3-game losing streak, believe it or not. I don't think we win no games out of that.
The main problem with the Miami Heat is you never know who's playing, 1. And 2, why is this ever a question? Oh, well, we don't know what type of Jimmy Butler we're going to get this game. Why is that a question?
Yeah, $50 million.
There's no superstar in the league. Luka can't do that. Joel Embiid can't do that. LeBron, you don't hear no one saying, oh, well, we don't know what type of player we're going to get today. It's either that Jimmy Butler cares or he doesn't. And I would say 80% of the time he doesn't care. Why are we allowing this to go on the Miami Heat? Think about it.
I agree.
Back-to-back seasons. We're around the play-in tournament area. 3 seasons in a row, no size, and we struggle to score. What is this front office doing?
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question, right? I'm going to throw this schedule at y'all, and people in the comments, y'all can predict it too, but this is to Amir and Martell. Give your opinions, right? So I think the Cavaliers, we lose. I think the Pelicans, we lose too. Now, the Cavaliers, we win if Jimmy's playing, but I don't think he's going to be playing that game. That's Wednesday. I don't know if he plays. So I think we go 0-2 in this stretch. I don't think the Cavs beat us twice, right? I think we beat them once. We got to at least split that. So I'm going to go friendly 1-2. What you think?
Depends on Jimmy.
Depending on Jimmy. Yeah, like it depends on Jimmy. And like I said, I don't know why that's a question, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, it is.
Okay,
can we say Jimmy's playing all 3?
Let's say even
if Jimmy's playing all 3, let me do 2-1.
If Jimmy's playing all 3, but this is my thing. If Jimmy's playing all 3, are we going to get the Jimmy that's putting up 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, or are we going to get the Jimmy that's going to give us 30 points, 5 assists, and 9 rebounds?
Is that don't know that. That's the problem.
That's Depends how bad his foot contusion is, to your point, right? Because he's got to fight through the pain, and he's already 34 and almost 35. Father Time slowing him down. Obviously,
I'm trading him after this season. I hope y'all know that because I don't understand where. Bro, think about it. Where are all these injuries coming from? He had a month off of basketball, 2 weeks for the personal, reasons, and then 2 weeks from the All-Star break. These injuries shouldn't even be happening right now. He had a month off.
I agree, and
I'm trading him.
Man, listen, I'm not there yet, Martell, but we could definitely talk about that in the offseason. But look, so y'all got 1-2-1, and I got 1-2. So then after that, we play the Warriors, which I don't know how I feel about that. But then we play the Blazers and the Wizards. We got to beat the Wizards. We got to beat them, right?
Yeah, we can
And the
beat Blazers and
Blazers.
Wizards. Yeah, we
Okay, I
can beat
think
those
so.
two.
Those should be wins, right? Then we play the Knicks, the 76ers, the Rockets, the Pacers, the Hawks, the Mavericks, the So we finished off the season with back-to-back games against the Raptors.
We're gonna lose one of them.
We are
Grinded,
going
yeah.
to.
Kelly, Kelly O is gonna fucking bust us up for 7 threes on one of those games, right?
For real.
Yeah. Ooh. Wait, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 14 games left. What's our record?
Bam was saying they go when they had 16 games, 17 games left. He's like, we gonna go 14-3. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah,
probably
okay.
not. You're 2-1 right now, but that was against Detroit, and Sixers. So out of the last 14, I'm gonna think we're gonna go 9-5.
Yeah.
Because you said some shitty teams. I mean, like Wizards, Portland, Raptors twice. Like we're playing Dallas at home. Like we did pretty well on the road. Like hypothetically, we could win that. There's no dominant teams that we're playing.
But it comes down to the other teams as well. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to lose? And then also, too, are they trying to win to get a better matchup in their own seeding? Because
True.
we're also playing for our lives here. So are those teams also doing it as well? Because Dallas will be. The Knicks, not so much. And I don't remember the other teams, but like the Hawks, yeah, they want to lose. The Cavs, they're already up there. That's going to happen to them.
Hey, Martel, the Knicks are playing for something because they're only one game behind the Magic, so that it really depends.
Every game counts for everybody right now.
So so the Knicks don't want to be 5th seed because then they won't be home court advantage against the Magic. So I got the Heat going 7-7 because that's what they showed me all year, mediocre. So I'm just gonna go 7-7, meaning we finished 44-38, which is
that's the same as last year. Is that the same exact or worse?
What was
I think it might be similar. It might be very similar.
Listen, I can check right now. One second.
I got it. 44-38.
Yeah.
That's exact same record if we do. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I got us going 44-38, and I got us going 8th seed once again. And that's the thing. I don't think it's Tyler's done. He's not coming back for the season. I don't think he will. And then this Duncan injury, right? We're not talking about it.
What happened? I didn't see it. How bad was it? When did he get hurt? What quarter?
So it was like third-ish, I think.
Martel, I heard Spo said he was already dealing with this back injury, and he tried to play through it today.
I wouldn't even be surprised. This team is banged up, and like I said, the front office doesn't realize is that they're counting on Jimmy Butler to lead this team, and I get it. He's our best player, but think about it. If he really does have a foot contusion, we have an issue. Because think about it. Anytime Jimmy Butler got hurt in the playoffs, his play drops. All that talking he be doing, even though he's doing all that talking, the minute he gets hurt, the play drops.
His play already dropped.
Listen, this is probably one of his worst regular seasons. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of his worst regular seasons with the Miami Heat, hands down. Bam Adebayo's been carrying this team. He's been doing everything. He's hitting threes. This proves he's carrying this team. But unfortunately, the roster around him cannot get it done without Jimmy or Tago. Because we need everybody here. We need everybody here.
Why can't we be healthy though? Why can't we be healthy? Why last year, one of the most injured teams. Even the year we went, we were the number 1 seed, and we went against the Celtics and lost with that in Game 7 at home. We were still one of the most injured teams because Bam missed 30, Jimmy missed like 20 that year. Remember?
It's the front office's fault. Think about it. Since the bubble, we've never been healthy. And the front office is not one time.
I have something to say, and it might come off a little bit different, but what if it's our trainers and our nutritionists and people like around there? Because, bro, I swear I never met a team that's injured every day. Like, bro, I'm looking at all these teams, and a lot of these teams are remaining somewhat healthy. They'll miss a game or two. It's like our stars are missing 20-plus games, and it's like, all right, now go play. So go. Is it our – bro, you brought up a good point. People are not taking their body serious in the offseason. They're not. And they must not have a good nutrition, for their body to eat healthy food, good food, and stuff like that.
How though? Let me ask you this though, because we have the whole military system of like you have to have certain body fat, like with Pat Riley and all that. Like how though? How like I get what
Well,
you're
look,
saying because look, hey, I'm a Niner fan, Trent. Go ahead, talk your shit. I know you want to, but we were dealing the same crap. Like Kinlaw was always hurt. Like Elijah Mitchell, like all Debo, like all our players kept getting hurt every year, and I'm like, why? Like, is it our training staff? Is it like our nutritionist? Like I was thinking the exact same thing, but from a football perspective, even though it's a much more violent game, but like why were they getting the most injuries like the Miami Heat? I don't get it. And like I was telling you guys this offline real quick though. Like you look at the '90s in a more aggressive, crazy era. Why did Michael Jordan play 82 games 9 times, including age 39? His last year with the Wizards, when he was 39 years old, he played 82. And I looked up Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, any '90s player, Isaiah Thomas, like big and small, like in a way more physical era. All these players played so many games. Like they did have a few seasons, obviously, where they got hurt or played 60 games. But if you look at it, 82, 82, 80, 81, 81, 79, blah, 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 blah. John Stockton played 1,200 games. He missed 22 total. Like, what's up with it? Trent, to your point. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, because in theory, Miami should have a regimented, like, military kind of like training system where you have to be a certain body fat, unless you're Shaq or like Kyle Lowry or someone, right? Like, it's very rare where you get dismissed. Like Deion Waithers, you remember when we signed freaking Philly Cheese? He was talking about how he was throwing up in the garbage can, like in his first like training camp with the Miami Heat, like an NBA player, like in better shape than all of us. So like I don't know what it is, Trent. Like to your point,
it comes down to no, but go ahead, Trent. Go ahead.
Listen, do you think sometimes, and I could be totally wrong, so let me know. And I like thinking about it as you was talking. Do you think sometimes when you're like, no, you're in this strict diet, like you want to eat junk food, you want to eat the Chick-fil-A, you want to do all this extra stuff. So like knowing that you're on this Heat team, it's like, damn, you can't. So do you think these players are like, you know what? I gotta sneak this shit and I can play it off. Like you ever think you think that?
If I'm Tyler Hero and I'm 23 and like if he has the metabolism that I did at 23, I can eat 3 Big Macs and go hoop and not gain a pound. Yes, possibly with the younger folks, but I don't know how an older person would do that, man. But
No, but some of it is just bad luck though, because think about it. Even from the bubble, Dragic tore his foot. Bam got hit in his shoulder pretty good. Last year, Jimmy Butler rolled his ankle. Those are not really from lack of practicing or food, because even with Tyler Hero diving for the ball, broke his hand. Those aren't necessarily all. Those are all weird injuries in my opinion. You know what I mean? I just think it comes down to knowing your players. You have to know your players. If you know that Jimmy Butler is going to miss significant time, you got to build the proper roster. You can't cheap it, and you can't get undrafted guys. You can't go the cheap route if you know your best player is going to miss probably 30 games, especially with the roster that you have. Look how they're running Bam, bro. They're running Bam into the ground. They have no four next to Bam Adebayo. Think about that. And then with Tyler Hero, he hasn't been healthy since the bubble. So that's almost 4 years he's shown you that he has injury problems, and they've done nothing to compensate that. Yeah, they got Terry Rozier, but they've done nothing to compensate him almost missing 3 seasons or 4 seasons after the bubble. I think that's like one of the biggest things, and I think it also comes down to lack of practicing and the weight room. I don't think because they don't practice like how they used to.
Yeah, they stopped that.
Bro, we'd have 3-hour practices. We don't need 3-hour practices. But
Yeah.
think about it. I would arguably say out of 82 games, and I'm talking, and not shoot around, a practice, they probably had maybe 20 practices out of the whole 82 game season.
That's it.
They don't practice at all.
They don't practice like that, bro.
That's gotta be it, dude. Because like in the '90s, like they had. I'm sorry, I'm old. I keep saying this shit, but it's like, give me a player, someone real quick. Like, throw out it. And also, before I go into that, you said Tyler since the bubble. Tyler since he was a rookie, his first 2 years he played 54 and 57 games. So he's never played 70 games. He's played 67 at most. So it's not even just after the bubble. It's his entire career. But anyway, to your point, also going back to like the flukiness of it and unluckiness, that's true. It's not reoccurring. It's not like Greg Oden, where he had the foot or knee injuries or whatever. It's not like Brandon Roy or like Derrick Rose, where they kept getting the same, like their knees were cooked. Like it's Bam's hip, it's his shoulder, it's Jimmy's ankle, it's Jimmy's knee, it's whatever. Like at least it's not like reoccurring. It's like that's what pisses me off. It's way more fluky. But anyway, just for fun, name a 90s player real quick. I want to look and see how many games they've played, just because I think the biggest thing is practice. Like practice, like fucking Allen Iverson was saying. Like it's got to be that.
No,
give me
pull up Allen Iverson right now.
There we go.
Because he played through a lot of injuries too. He played through a lot.
Yeah, you know who all said that? The Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They said, yeah, we don't really practice like that.
They don't, bro. Nobody practices like that.
Yeah, they do shoot arounds and stuff.
AI is not the best example, but he still did play like 76, 80, 70, 71.
But
that's still a lot, bro.
But okay, now let me ask you guys. All I'm asking for Tyler, because nowadays there's obviously going to be rest games and stuff like that, right? Even though he shouldn't be resting, do 24. But
No.
all I'm asking for Tyler, I'm fine with a 67, 70 season, right? I'm fine with that much being played. But when you start hitting 50 games and 30 games, I'm like, okay, now we got a problem. I'm fine with you hitting 70 mark or 67 around here because, you know, there's games where, okay, you're dealing with injury, you miss time, or there's a game you're dealing with some family problems, or like there's certain stuff that pops up during the season. So you're not gonna make all 82. And I don't think nowadays people are playing 82 games. It's not happening. No one could play 82 games. Not even Russ. Russ was so close. Russ was the players that he plays through injuries, but it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen frequently no more. So it's like, that's all I'm asking for Tyler. And for Jimmy, like, I'm not telling you to go play 82 games. But what I need you to do is when you are playing, take it serious. Don't coast around like, I don't know if I should play today because I don't know if I don't know if I want to sweat. No, bro, we need to win. Because just think about it. Game 14 of the season, we totally forgot about that. But I bet you we lost. And now we look back, it's like, damn, bro, if we didn't lose that game, we would have been in 6th seed right now.
Every game counts.
So, it is what it is. The Heat team's cooked. Pat Riley's cooked. Jimmy's cooked. Ernest is cooked. All of them are cooked.
Am I cooked?
Hey man, you're in the between right now. I don't know, man. Like you're in the middle. You're playing both sides. I don't like that.
Someone's got to be Switzerland. Hey, I'm trying not to be delusional, bro. I'm not trying to be a homer.
Ernest is delusional. I'm
just saying, like, we're not like cooked completely yet. Like, but we're getting there. Like every loss, we're getting there. I'm not saying we're beating Boston right now. At the way we're playing right now,
we're beating no one.
I made a video asking if we were contenders last week or a week and a half ago, and I said no. I said the Miami Heat are not contenders. So I'm not being fully delusional, but I'm just trying to have some hope and faith in this team to prove us wrong. But that we need a miracle. Like,
dude, listen, I'll say this. My last thing. We're not beating the Celtics right now. We're not beating the Bucks. We're not beating the Cavs right now. I don't think we beat the Knicks right now.
Don't say Western teams even.
I'm not. I'm saying all East. We're not going to see the West, so we don't got to worry about that.
We're not going to see anybody that comes out of the West, honestly. Like, shit. I don't see us beating the Clips.
Bro, are we beating the Magic right now? Like, nah, be for real. Be for real.
Yes, we are. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop being. Come on. You can't play this.
Them bright lights, bro, they ain't ready for that either. Paulo Banchero.
That's fine. But, hey, at least Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner are showing up and dropping 25 points, and they have a better record than us, and they're 8-2 in their last 10, and they're in a 3-game win streak right now.
That's ridiculous.
And they're in 5th seed. Unlike us, which we have Jimmy, Tyler, Bam, and yes, I know they missed time, but we only have 37 wins, and they got 40, and they're a young team. Just think about that.
I know, but I remember the thing we did together talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Paulo and Franz, they're coming up though.
Yeah, they've had way less injuries. Like I don't want to simplify it again. Sometimes it's an excuse, but sometimes it's also facts. Like Tyler Hero's missed freaking 33 games this season. Jimmy Butler's missed 21. Like Bam 10. Name the other players, whatever. But like two of our 3 best players have missed 56 games combined. Like, come on, dude. Like, you know this. I told you, Jason Tatum and Dame and Middleton have missed not Middleton. Excuse me. What's his name? Holiday have missed 14 games combined. Like, right? That's their three best players right there. I'm not including KP because he's freaking always injury prone. But even if you add in KP, it's not much more. They've missed probably like it's the same amount. Like it's insane. Those four players have missed the same amount as those are two best players, two of our three. So sometimes it's just injuries. That's a big thing. So anyway, we've been on for 30 minutes. Let's hop off soon. And I guess so. Yeah, the next game we're playing against the Cavs on the road on Wednesday. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this off, especially if Jimmy Butler's not playing. I don't think we can win if Jimmy's not playing on the road. It's gonna be a super difficult game. But either way, Heat lost 98-91. We talked about this earlier, Martel, before we hop off. Bam, 10 shots, like 8 for 10, super efficient. But like you can't take 10 shots and let Jaime shoot 13 when he's 3 for 13. You can't let Caleb shoot 14 when he's 6 for 14. Like Terry needs to shoot close to 20, right? Because who else do we got? 8 for 21, 2 games in a row. Not efficient, but he's scoring. Why is Bam taking? He took 11 shots total because he got to the free throw line once for 2 free throws. He took 11 shots. Like, Bam, you need to take at least with all these players out, 16, 17, because you're averaging 15. You got to take at least 2 more shots than your minimum. Like, that's huge, right? Like, that's like he was cooking too. I don't know why. And they weren't even giving him the ball, but he's also like so passive at times. Like, Duncan's hurt. I didn't even realize Duncan was hurt. Like, I don't get it, man, because Duncan, before he got hurt, 1 for 5, played like shit. Hawkins, 3 for 13, played like shit. Like, no one really played that great. Patty Mills, 1 for 6. Just can't let that happen, right? Can't let Bam shoot that. We need to rely on him. So I know
It's going to be very interesting how this season ends up. It's going to be very interesting how it plays out. Very interesting.
I'm just hoping we can get at least a couple rounds of the playoffs, man. Please no first round
Yeah,
exit.
but guess what? I wouldn't listen. If we lose, it's something we need because for some, this Miami Heat front office, they're very stubborn, and they think that Jimmy Butler is LeBron James in terms of he could just carry the team, carry the team, carry the team. But
No.
even look at LeBron now; he can't carry the same way he used to. You see what I'm saying? And I think they have better role players than us. But he clearly can't carry the way he used to. And we'll see if he has another run in him. We'll see, because he could be trolling. We know that he's the biggest troll. He could be trolling, and he's like, you know what? Even if you make the plane, I don't care. Is that the best thing for this team? I don't think so, because you shouldn't
Hell no.
practice losing. You shouldn't put yourselves in messed up situations and just think that you're going to be out of it. But we'll see.
He better not be okay with the plan, because we're not going to win a championship again.
We might be.
Yeah, at this rate, we're going to be in the plan right now. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we move up, we go back again. We go
forward,
back. We take a step forward, 2 steps back. Just like that's just the story of the Miami Heat. But anyway, last words, Martel, for the audience.
Like, share, comment, subscribe as I continue to push to 4,000 subscribers, and Amir is pushing to 2K. Make sure you guys follow Ernest. Make sure you guys follow Trent and get these subs up.
All right, guys. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow with a roundtable episode and then another recap against the Cavs on Wednesday. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care.